What's going on, YouTube? Good evening. Been a while, and just it's life. Things going on. Got things to do out here, and so sometimes, man, those periods where I can't get to y'all, and I really wanted to, things come up, and I just got to do what I got to do. But I keep my eye out and I be observing, even though I can't get back to y'all when certain things occur. Is especially, I'm definitely out of state a lot now, so that's one of the biggest reasons. Um, but today was a rare time for me. Actually, this weekend was a rare time for me where I had a lot of downtime because I've been going, and it's due to the holidays too that I'm starting to get this downtime. So thankful for that. Um, but the things that I've been looking at, and I've been kind of trying to see different platforms, different content creators, reactionists talk about these things, and it's so bad that they're doing a lot of omitting, a lot of tailoring. They're not hitting these issues where they're offering you something that's as concrete as possible, if not a solution. Uh, it's hard to say for something to be 100% absolute. That's like saying somebody's perfect. But, you know, when you do a grading scale from passing to failing, failing and passing of a certain percentile, that's what it's about. That's how you measure things, right? So, you know, I look at what is either from A through F as a grade based on the number percentile attached to it. So that's how you determine if it's something that you need to do, and it also gives you a good probability of an outcome that you seek. Um, with a solution also being synonymous with that, right? So this list that those ladies came out with a while back, a month or two ago, was so funny to me, and it was obvious. I didn't even really want to talk about it at all. But I said, you know what? If I do talk about it, let me wait even longer than I normally wait to see what everybody's going to say, right? And let's see if anybody gets it right. And see, the bad thing about it is that men fall for it. Y'all fall for this stuff, right? And you don't. The first thing you want to do is counter by saying, "Well, don't take them or take them to these places." You want to have a counter when you shouldn't have a counter versus where to go and where not to go. You should automatically understand why they're putting that list out. For number one, they're desperate because what they have been doing hasn't been working. And then number two is that they're delusional, right? The delusion is in overvaluing themselves, making themselves seem like they're worth something they're not, and then all of them expecting like these grand luxurious results, you know without work or just being a woman or thinking they just deserve something. And it's also associated with, again, a luxurious lifestyle, a lifestyle before they even earned any rapport with a man, let alone rich men who are few and far in between. So there's not enough men of a particular type status that can even pair up in a close ratio to them. They outnumber that group so much, and all of them want that group. and none of them want to practice polygyny. So they're very, very weird. But that's getting a little bit too complex. See, the reason why they came up with this list is because they've been there before many times already. Okay, they've been there many times before already, with many type of men. Most of the men usually are the same type, but it's still various types of men that they've been with. They have their particular type that they gravitate to on a regular basis or periodically, right? And they've been to the place itself so much, just as much so with, not just one, but quite a few men, right? And also, they're not telling you that some of those places are where they gave up some on the first date or they gave up some in general, attached to those places. So that's what this is about. And they really, they associate these places with it didn't work in the past and they got nothing out of it. They didn't get the bag or the reward. So now they think, well, if I demand higher, then maybe it'll lead me to my bag and reward. But that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because they don't respect the process, first and foremost. They don't respect crawling before you walk, working your way up, giving the average guy or the guy that start from ground zero a shot, just like they started from ground zero and just like they are themselves average, right? And make no mistake, they have been hoeing. To date is hoeing. The dating practice is hoeing. And women love to do the dating practice from how it's presented to them on TV, any kind of propaganda, agendas, social media, and the technicality of being single and being able to do what you want. If you want to see different men, if you want to go through a whole phase, um, I mean, we know by now with the many women who finally admitted that they use guys for food, they've used guys to go to these places just to get something to eat because they can't cook, they're broke, they can't buy themselves something to eat. And if they were good women, girlfriends or wives, and they had a man to take care of them who will help provide for them something to eat, being involved in that, they wouldn't have to resort to playing around with a bunch of different men to figure out how to get something to eat on a regular basis by going to these places all the time. So just imagine, right? You don't cook, can't cook, your finances won't allow you to eat out every day, and you've just decided to play with men and make men put men in the friend zone to be able to use them to get things from, particularly food. And you go to these places so much, or you ask them to buy you something from this place so much, or DoorDash something from this place so much. Yeah, you eventually get tired of that, right? And maybe you get in a position to where you make a little bit more money, and you can try to figure out if you really want to take somebody serious or not, because you can now buy a little bit more food for yourself so you don't have to depend on using men so much, misusing men so much. And you like, okay, well, I've had enough of all these places. So now when you want to do something different and try to be serious or get taken serious and even really, make your way to the bag or the reward, you want to demand, you know, 4.5, 5-star restaurants or better, right? You want to do that now. But your demands aren't in line with the universe and karma. You have forgotten about the guys that you had no business leading on, using and misusing and abusing for food and dates. See, the real story is not being told here. Uh, you have no right to demand better when you were hoeing. When it was okay to go to those places because you didn't mind going to those places for the sake of you doing what you want to do. When you want to just go there and just eat, and also you're going to be participating in a one night stand or no strings attached sex. Your serial hyper dating, hooking up. You know, it was okay. Now that you want to be taken serious, you want to blame men like you do for everything and associate bad men or cheap men or men who didn't do anything for you with these places on this list. And see, that's another thing for you guys to understand. Women run through a city by default when they get ran through. Because I told you guys, if you grid off a town or a city and you grid off the restaurants and the entertainment places, the connection between nightlife, going out into the night, into the weekend and into the night to find somebody who's supposed to be stable and you're matched to be in a relationship with versus going to an actual good fucking place at a good fucking time of day. Make that make sense. And when you grid the town or city off, and they do the complete opposite of going to a good place at a good time, they go to uh mostly the nightlife. And by default, the restaurants are attached to the nightlife, right? And when you meet a woman, she has been far more places to eat and far more places of entertainment in the city than you. So much so that you can question a woman and ask, have you been to this place? And have you been to that place? They don't want to go because they done been there before, many times before, with more than just one dude. They even go with their girls to meet dudes. Women hyper date. The modern American woman hyper dates, serial dates, and hyper dates. They run through a town or city. They get ran through, and they run through a town or city. I told you a long time ago. There's nothing left for you after they've been in a place for so long, and if they're of a specific age range, there is nothing left for you, and there's nothing left for you special to be doing for them. You know, you guys don't get it yet. I'm trying to tell you, you guys do not get it yet. You know, but I'm gonna have to show you guys what I'm talking about so you will understand. You don't put up a counter list and you don't put up counter terms. You just be like, okay, we ain't take you nowhere because you don't deserve to go nowhere anyway. Period. I promise you that, man. Y'all guys better wake up, man. Like the red pill community, man, is becoming a joke. Um, I used to believe in the red pill community. It sounded good at first, and then my analytical skills came into play, and I learned that it all is a ploy. The red pill concept is a good concept, and the mission behind the red pill will be a good mission, but it has been compromised. It has never really went into effect as its original purpose. It turned into a money grab, and y'all are being blinded. This is why you can't understand when a list comes out like this how to perceive it. The real red pill will make you perceive this and respond to this correctly. So y'all tired of hoeing and y'all tired of going to places that you've been to many times before Whether you went on a date, whether you was going for the purpose of a regular date, or you were just dating to have fun, or you was using the guy to get something to eat, you know. And you've also had dates at these places that have been attached to your sexual history and your body count with many different men. Whether you're on a one night stand, uh, sex on the first date, or um, being off of food with an agreement for no strings attached sex, friends with benefit sex, the guys that you friend zone, that you used many of them for to go to these places. This is all this is about. I told y'all, if a woman isn't courting and dealing with one man at a time, literally the truthful way a woman deals with one man at a time, she gets to know that man. If she's going through a 90-day rule or a 90-day process, whatever. But she's only dated one man for the last 6 months, the last 3 to 6 months, and she's been on a long break before that. And she's been in a place, a new place, hopefully. Usually once a woman hits the 2-year marker, the way these women hyper date, they already know about 50 to 100 nicks. They already know. And 10 to 20 of them, they're trying out. So you guys, y'all better start learning uh to just stop responding to the nonsense and don't care. Don't even worry about it. The thing is, you got to know there's something behind it. And it's always hoeing and bodies. The American modern woman has practiced dating, and it's used in a way, if you pay attention when they talk, it's used in a way to excuse dealing with multiple men. Even the word single, I'm single. If she's singles, she's mingling. She's dealing with multiple men, and she is going to hoe. The whole phase can come and go, but when I say come and go, I mean it's based upon what they got going on, but it doesn't ever really go away. It's just when they choose to use it in a way to where they try to excuse it. But the hoeing is always there. Once the hoeing starts, sometime in their history, it's always there. They just look for the opening to get away with it. You know, just because somebody's single doesn't mean they're not doing something wrong, and it doesn't mean that they're not doing something that affects their suitability for a relationship. You know, you guys got to know that stuff, right? You excuse a lot of stuff, y'all. I mean, you got some dummies out here now telling you to excuse body count. You know what I'm saying? I don't excuse none of that shit. I don't excuse body count. I don't excuse sexual history. I don't excuse dating history. I need to know when I first meet you, are you even worth me taking on the date? You have to get past the talking and texting stage. And if you're dealing with another dude already and you got any kind of male friends, you ain't getting nothing. You know, what's left for me? Why do I need to take you serious and take you out when there's many guys that already done took you to these places anyway? Some of them just fired up a blunt. They got sex and y'all got the munchies and y'all went to these places. It makes absolutely no sense for you guys to respond to this dumb shit. So, you know, please understand, stay away from women who date. Find women who court and who are willing to tell you their sexual history, their body count, uh, and verify that they've been on a decent break and they have had no more than a man or two within a year. And it is many places that they haven't been in the city. right? They have to be willing to tell you this information. Again, I'm telling you, when somebody agrees to get to know you, that means they have to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? So that way you'll know the red flags and the risk or what you want to deal with. You can't be scared to ask, and if they don't want to talk about this stuff and say they don't have to talk about it and it don't matter, okay, well, you're not allowing me to get to know you then. You said I could get to know you. These are the things that I need to know. You know, if they refuse it, dismiss them, move on to the next. Pretty much, that's it. A woman has to be courted and put herself in a position to be courted. Courting is not dating; it's something completely different. Dating has come from hoeing. That's where dating comes from. Engaging multiple people and offering multiple people or being offered from multiple people things, and then determining as if who is the best competition wise, who does more, with the false claim that you're looking for a connection and you're looking for love, and you need to try people out and see what's out there and see what you like. I mean, you just gotta listen to this stuff, man. It makes absolutely no sense. So, especially with women, I mean, biologically, your body tells you not to sleep with multiple men. That's when yeast infections and your pH can be off and stuff like that. That is proof alone. Your own body tells you not to do that, but y'all won't listen to us. Y'all try to say that y'all can be like us, and then who said that? Who makes that claim for men anyway? Y'all make a lot of accusations against men, and y'all try to take and say that, well, men said this and men do this, and y'all basically just group us all in one. Like, all most men don't speak for me, and I can't be grouped in with most men. So, and regardless, you have to do according to your natural ability and your biology. Whether it be God or Mother Nature. What I'm saying, how your body works. When you sleep with a bunch of different men and you get that yeast infection, you get that your pH is off. You know, for whatever reason, your body told you deal with that one man and one man only. And you've had one man too many. But y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, and y'all keep on with this foolishness. Y'all know y'all have dealt with too many men, and y'all keep bouncing around from man to man, and y'all just run from place to place, restaurant to restaurant, club to club, bar to bar. Wee hours of the night, witching hours, all the way to 5 a.m. crack of dawn, and y'all think y'all supposed to get positive results, and it's just not gonna happen. It's not us. It's what y'all decided to do with y'all freedom. And what's that word? Anonymity, whatever it's called, autonomy. Yeah. So, you know, with great power, and let me put power in these words, rights, comes great responsibility. And how you use those things are the results. It's not us, it's y'all. So, this is your boy Zulu Gullah. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I know it's been a while, but I'll be around. And I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. And take this for what it's worth, man. So have a good night. Thank y'all.